and looking at this coolant reservoir, you see there's white marks on it. Hey, that ain't come from me, y'all chill out.
Yo, where the f is J-Lo?
Y'all seen J-Lo? Where is
Y'all hear that? Hold on. Listen close. It's starting to get a little chilly outside. Starting to feel a little like Christmas. You dig what I'm saying? But I got another video for y'all today. We back messing with the $1,000 Ranger Danger Stranger Danger Ranger Danger Ranger. You dig what I'm saying? We finna do some maintenance on that bad boy and knock a couple things out. Last video my boy was elusive and I couldn't find him, but check him out. Hey big dog. Hey. Psst. Say what's up to the folks. He ain't listening. It is what it is though. But check me out. We're gonna knock out an oil change on this bad boy today, and I also suspect that there is a coolant leak. Yeah man, we under the hood now, and looking at this coolant reservoir, you see there's white marks on it. Hey, that ain't come from me, y'all chill out. When there is white marks, that's letting you know that the coolant has escaped the bottle somewhere, and then looking too, it's nowhere close to where it's supposed to be on the fill level. It's severely below that. But if you do check inside, there is still coolant, so I don't suspect the head gasket or anything like that. Typically when that's the case and it goes low, it won't leave any remnants unless you just filled it up. You know what I'm saying? But there is a coolant leak somewhere, but we'll address that later in the video. We're trying to do this oil change right now. I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence, but I feel like oil changes are very basic. So for the people that don't know, don't feel left out. I'm gonna include y'all, give y'all a summarized version of what you need to do to change your oil. So first things first is popping your hood. Once you pop your hood, you wanna get that oil cap off to allow airflow when you're draining. You can also pull the oil dipstick thing as well to allow more airflow when you drain all the oil out. So that's that. Technically, if you're working on a car and not a truck, you're gonna need to jack it up and support it with jack stands. If you're ever lifting a car, support it with jack stands. It can literally save your life. I know people that we've lost from not doing that properly, so just as a safety precaution, do yourself a favor, support it with jack stands. I got a pickup truck, so I'm not using jack stands. And before the YouTube trolls come out, I know my hands actually is cold outside, man, but you might want to use protection. Me personally, I don't be using protection, you dig what I'm saying? But nah, it's a good thing to wear protection just in case, you know, if you just drove your car, your oil is gonna be hot. In my case, it's not, and then it could also be messy. I've done this a couple hundred times in my life, so I'm not really tripping. But for the YouTube trolls, just like that, man, I wish it was always like that. My fault, I'm trying to tell y'all what to do without telling you what you need to do it. So what you'll need, essentially the basics, you'll need something to catch the oil. You'll need tools to pop that drain plug out to begin with. You obviously need oil to refill it with. You're also gonna need an oil filter. Mine is in the truck, so let me grab that real quick. You can cross-reference online which oil filter you need. I went ahead and grabbed that Mobile One for the Ford Ranger, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna sit there right there too. This is the basics of everything you need. I'm a little advanced, so I got a creeper just to make moving from under the car easier. So I ain't putting no strain on my back. You know, I'm a young blood, but I ain't trying to be cramping when I get old. So I'm just thinking ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? But I'll see y'all under the car. All right, man, so we under the Ranger. First things first, hold on, my lens is a little messy. Let me clean that bad boy. Can y'all see? Y'all clean? It actually made it a little worse. Hold on. There you go, y'all can see now. First things first, you wanna locate your oil filled plug. Mine is right here, you know what I'm saying, right? Typically in front of the transmission. That's the transmission right there. Here's the engine oil pan, and that drain bolt is right there. So you want to crack that bad boy loose. If you just drove your car, if your car is up to temperature, this will be hot, so definitely be careful. Mine is cold. I ain't went nowhere today, so I ain't really tripping on that. But you definitely want to go ahead and get your whatever you're catching your oil in, you want to go ahead and get that under the drain bolt. Put you a 15, in my case it's a 15, on there and crack that bad boy loose. gonna show y'all this what separates the boys from the man right here. You know what I'm saying? I got this finger tight so I can move it with my fingers, but this is the part where it can indeed get messy. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the sleight of hand, like the perk from Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get it just to the point where it's about to drain out. Keep pressure applied against the bolt. It feels like it's almost out. You did what I'm saying? This is where that sleight of hand come into place. Make sure it's out, and wow. Ooh. We good. Just a little bit got on the top. Go ahead and swipe all that back in there. Go grab me some shop rags so I don't stain the concrete. So you want to go ahead and let all that oil drain out. This is just about out. The wind is blowing, so in this instance, you know what I'm saying, if you could be in the shop or in the garage, it would be better, but we gonna compensate and just let it drain out. I ain't tripping, cause we still ain't touched the concrete with no oil, cause we professionals. You did what I'm saying? Also too, while you waiting on that oil to drain, this is a good time to look at your oil fill bolt, or the drain bolt rather. They have magnets at the end of them. And if your car is like shaving metal from bearings or something's not right, typically you'll find metal shavings on the end of this. This one is clean, so I ain't got no doubts, no diggity, no doubt. So we clean. Oil's just about drained out. I'm gonna pop this bad boy back in and tighten it. Can't seem to find the hole. See, you know what I'm saying? You usually ain't got that problem. I'm having that problem today, but we got the hole. We finna slide this back in and tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? I keep that ratchet on me too, just in case. It's just for safety though, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Once you go ahead and pull that drain board out, drain the oil, you now gotta focus on that oil filter. Nah, just playing. You may need a filter wrench to do it. I'm gonna use my grown man strength. You need dogs right here to take it off. But a filter tool would make this process a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some grown man strength on that bad boy. Luckily, on camera that easily. If you do it properly, the next time you do it, you'll never have to struggle to get it off. But I barely put any strength behind this bad boy, and hold on, check me out. Hey man, because I'm recording, it got a little messy. You did what I'm saying, but you see, old oil filter out. This is when you come get that new bad boy, that new John. Ain't that what y'all say, them Johns? Get that new John. You gonna pop this bad boy out of the casing and compare it to the one that you just took off. Also too, if you look at this outer ring, outer gasket, it's a good idea to slap some oil around it, just around the perimeter of it. That way when you go back in, it's easier to pull off like the one that I just pulled off. You know what I'm saying? But we finna compare the two, make sure they match, and then we're gonna get this bad boy thrown on there. You know what I'm saying? Now that we back up top, you're gonna take your filter. This is absurdly long for no reason. Make sure it's clean so you're not adding no contaminants through. You're gonna go ahead and pop that in that engine and find out how much your engine takes, as far as how much it takes to fill the oil up. If you don't know, you could always do the primitive method of adding and then constantly checking and then adding and checking. But me, you know what I'm saying, I don't know the oil fill on this. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this. I ain't changed the oil on this bad boy since I had it, so I figured it was time. We finna use a quick Google search and see what it is. Yeah man, so according to my calculations, it's gonna take 4 quarts. This is a 5-quart jug. If you look on the side, there are measurements to it. We're gonna add 4 quarts, so that means it's gonna be to that marker right there where I need to stop adding oil at. So let's go ahead and add some oil to this bad boy. This is another good idea too. You want a hole that you can pour oil out of, and you want another hole that you can allow airflow through. You can technically poke a hole like up here somewhere so you'll have that entire thing to come out, but I ain't got no knife on me and I don't feel like going to get one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop being lazy. Let me go grab one. There you go. I just poked a few oils in the back, and because I did it in the back end, I'm gonna just go ahead and open this bad boy all the way up so we can get as much flow as possible. Let's add that oil. That Ooh. I'm gonna do this with 2 hands this time, you know what I'm saying? Cause that one hand magic, that ain't it.
Okay, I gotta spit on that thing. Go ahead.
I added just about a little bit over 4 quarts just to compensate to fill the oil filter. Technically, you can fill the oil filter before you put it on, but I didn't. So instead, I just added a little bit of extra oil to make sure that your dipstick level is going to be where it's supposed to be. So let me throw that cap back on. This is the fun part. Make sure all your caps back on. Make sure everything's tight. Your dipstick, make sure it's in place. You also want to double check down low to make sure your oil filter's tight and that drain plug is tight. I've already triple checked. Like, I've done this several hundred times in my life, so I'm confident. The fun part is now getting inside the car and making sure it runs like it's supposed to. So y'all see, man, we are right. Hold on, there you go. As y'all see, we are right in the middle. I'm gonna add a little bit more, but this is safe right here. I just know that over time this may burn a little bit of oil, so I'm gonna get mine to the max level. But you can see that's right on the money in between the minimum and the maximum. So I'm gonna just add just a hair, just a little touch more. Everything is everything, so we finna jump over to this coolant next and figure out where this bad boy is leaking from. I never took a picture of it. I actually just sprayed some degreaser and then cleaned the concrete, so it would kind of be impossible to show y'all now. But I came outside the other day and there was a puddle of coolant, you know, kind of going off into the grass over there. So that's what let me know that I had that coolant leak. And then coming to look at the reservoir, y'all seen that it was almost empty. So I went and I was doing some tracing. It was kind of dark, so I didn't do much, but I did realize that this regulator valve right here, this coolant regulator valve, there was coolant seeping from it, and it's only when the system is under a bunch of pressure. So after driving it for a little bit is typically when that would happen. So this is the culprit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this swapped out. All right, man, usually you can pressurize this system to see where it's coming out at. Like I said, in my case, I was feeling around and I felt the coolant rolling from the bottom of this. This is the regulator, so I went and got the OEM factory replacement from Ford. There we go. Make sure you drop it too, and it's plastic. And hope that it didn't crack, but this is a direct replacement, 101. You know what I'm saying? And that bad boy is gonna sit something like that. So we just gotta take all 4 hoses off, 1, 2, 3, 4. This vacuum line, that's also a vacuum line right there. You take all that off and then just replace it back into the new one, and this should be as simple as that. This shouldn't be anything difficult, and if you or somebody you know has a Ford Ranger with that 2.3 motor in it, you know what I'm saying, and they getting a coolant leak, check this first. Also too, not valve covers, head gaskets can blow on these depending on how you drive them. I don't drive it aggressive.
Stop the cap.
So like I said, I was able to isolate and locate my problem. So let's get this swapped. Hey man, it's just like that. Out with the old, here we go. Out with the old, in with the new. You dig what I'm saying? I'm about to fire it up, proof checking and everything, but that's really all I got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all taking the time out y'all day to kick it with a young guy like me. Call it a wrap on my end. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all the recent support. Y'all been going crazy. I love y'all. I can't say that enough. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know, Puppy, you wanna do the outro? Says, thank y'all for rocking with your boy. It's your boy J-Lo signing off. Can you say that?
Yeah, let me get a 2 quick.
That's cool too. We're gonna use your forehead as a transition. Now, you ready?